Hi, my name is Jimmy Birkholz, and this is my crib, dude. It's chalk. My trophies, because I'm so athletic and I look so fine. This car is pretty awesome, look at it. It's pretty sweet, huh?
My dad was gone a lot, especially when 9/11 happened and deployments kicked off. I think my dad's military career directly affected me. In high school, I played sports. I see all these dads, all these moms that are in the stands. If I make a play out on the field, I want to look at my dad and then get that nod. The question that I asked my dad was, why are you believing so much? And he said that it hurt, that it was tough. But the prevailing thought in his head was, I just wanted to take care of my family. He grew up not really having a whole lot. He always told himself that he was going to do whatever he could do to make sure that his family never went without. High school me was like, it's not what I want. I don't want the thing, I want you. My wife, Jensen, and I grew up together. My dad, her dad were best friends. All of our holidays, both of our families came back together. Looking back on it now, it was inevitable. Like I knew I was gonna marry Jensen. I asked Jensen, like, hey, do you wanna make it official? Because I'm going home this weekend. I'm gonna ask your dad for his blessing to ask you to marry me. He grilled me, so do you promise to take care of my daughter, to make sure that she's protected, to provide for her and your future family, my grandkids? What still plays a huge role in why I'm still serving and why I'm still in the military.
I was set to go underway on Sunday. Saturday, I got down on my knee and asked her to spend the rest of her life with me. Thank God she said yes.
Growing up, I just knew that he was going to be this awesome person and he was going to be a great dad. When we were pregnant with Emmett, it was a tough pregnancy, and so he took on that protective role. When I struggled, he was the steady one. It really kicked in when I was first admitted. He dropped everything, and he was just calm, and he was just like, it'll be okay no matter what happens.
And I get a call from the hospital, your wife is going into labor. And I was like, it's like 8 weeks too early. And on the way there, I'm just freaking out. I don't want to be put into the situation where I'm having to choose between one or the other. I don't want to lose Jensen. Like, she's the love of my life. She's the thing that I've been running towards since 6th grade, you know? But I had already started falling in love with this kid too. We get to the hospital, thank God they paused the labor. Jensen wound up carrying from 29 to 37 weeks, dilated. At any moment could have gone into labor.
We were just constantly holding our breath. Anytime I felt the slightest twinge, we ended up back in labor and delivery.
They induced labor at 37. I remember way too vividly, like looking at Jensen, she's pushing in pain, crying, scared, and the doc looks at us and she was like, hey, Mom, you gotta push. The oxygen level on Emmett is dropping.
Then all of a sudden you have 4 other nurses come running in and everybody's kind of moving around like ants, and I'm just laying there with the oxygen on, not knowing what's happening.
She just looks at me and she's like, don't let my baby die.
We're both squeezing each other's hands as hard as we could. And then finally, man, that cry.
They clean him off and they were like, Dad, do you want... Dad, do you want to hold your son? And I like just pushed the nurse out of the way, grabbed my kid.
He just took a deep breath. I could just see him melt with Emmett.
That's when it happened. It was just like a bucket of cold water. I just said it. The same thing that Jensen's dad had me promise, and my dad told me it's my job to protect and take care of him from now until I can't breathe anymore.
It's still an internal struggle now. Do I want to put Emmett through deployments, late nights, not being there, having to miss baseball games or basketball games or whatever he wants to do? So the way that I balance that is whenever I'm home, My phone is off, I'm there, I'm present. I'm playing with my kids. It also helps that I have two insanely active boys. So even if I wanted to just not really participate, they don't allow that. As soon as I get home, they just jump on me. And then we just go on a walk. They walk with their own specific personalities. Kids are great, just like watching them interact with each other and interact with the world. Being a husband and a dad has like completely changed the way that I look at life. The things that I thought were important, if it doesn't involve my family, if it doesn't involve my kids, my wife, I don't care about it. I wouldn't trade being a husband and a dad for anything.